Listen, just tell people what's happening. There's people around the country praying for your children, praying for you guys. Why don't you give us answers?
That's great.
That's great. That's great that they're praying for you, praying for your kids. What? You have nothing to say? Did you do something to your children? Are your children still alive? That's a simple question. I've got 3 kids of my own. I can tell you every minute where my kids are at. Where are your children?
That is a question that still has not been answered, and it's at the heart of this entire story. Now, usually when I do a story on this case, this investigation into Lori Vallow-Daybell, the so-called Doomsday Cult Mom, I say things are going to get more complicated. Well, tonight we're going to try to do the opposite of that. Going to try to break it down so you can understand it. So take a moment, take a breath, and for the next 9 minutes, watch this. And I think at the end of 9 minutes, you'll have a much clearer understanding of who everyone is in the case and what their role is.
Just let us know where the kids are.
Please, for God's sake, please.
Where are your children?
Please.
I still think everybody needs to be on the lookout. I still want to know where JJ is, and I still want to know where Tylee is.
17-year-old Tylee Ryan and 7-year-old JJ Vallow were last seen in September of 2019. When calls and FaceTimes with JJ abruptly stopped, his grandparents knew something was wrong.
All I want before I go is just to see those children.
Searchers have looked in Arizona, Idaho, and Hawaii. Still, no sign of JJ or Tylee. At the center of this story, their mother, Lori Vallow-Daybell, and her new husband, Chad Daybell, both connected to the children's disappearances, a string of mysterious deaths, and a doomsday cult. What do we know so far about this case? Let's start from the beginning. Chad Daybell marries his wife Tammy in the Manti Temple of Jesus Christ and the Latter-day Saints on March 9, 1990. The two moved to Springville, Utah, where they have 5 children. In 1992, Lori Daybell marries her first husband, but the marriage doesn't last long, and by 1995, Lori is married to her second husband, William, and the couple has a son named Colby. But that marriage doesn't last long either, and they divorce in 1996. According to Chad Daybell's personal bio, in 1997, while working as a grave digger in Springville, Utah, he experiences a divine inspiration, prompting him to begin writing his religious novels. In 2001, Lori marries husband number 3, Joseph Ryan. In 2002, the couple has a daughter. They name her Tylee. But just 2 years later, Joseph and Lori split. Then Lori meets a new man, Charles Vallow, and in 2006, they get married. Within a few years, the couple adopts a little boy named Joshua. They call him JJ. In 2015, Tammy and Chad Daybell moved from Springville, Utah to Salem, Idaho. On April 3, 2018, Lori Vallow's third ex-husband, Joseph Ryan, the father of Tylee, passes away. His cause of death? Heart attack. Later that year, on December 5th, Lori Vallow appears with religious author Chad Daybell on a podcast focused on preparing for the second coming of Jesus Christ.
If you did something bad yesterday, the Lord wants you to say you're sorry today and just do better tomorrow.
In February, Lori Vallow leaves her children and husband Charles in Arizona for 58 days. Her whereabouts during this time are still unknown. On February 8th, while Lori is away, her husband Charles files for divorce. In court documents, Charles claims Lori has recently become infatuated and at times obsessive over near-death experiences and spiritual visions. She has told Charles that she is sealed, eternally married to the ancient Book of Mormon's prophet Moroni, and that she has lived numerous lives on numerous planets. Lori also told Charles that she is a translated being, that will never taste death, as she was sent by God to carry out the work of 144,000 at Christ's second coming in July of 2020. Despite the allegations, the couple ultimately decided to make the marriage work, and divorce proceedings were dropped. In June, Lori's niece Melanie Boudreau tells her husband Brandon she wants a divorce. Brandon claims Melanie had formed similar religious beliefs to her Aunt Lori and had joined a cult.
What do you mean by that? You can't be a member of the church and believe those things. Their focus is just so much on the end of the world and, this idea that it's coming.
On July 11th, police respond to Lori and Charles Vallow's Arizona home. Charles has been shot and killed by Lori's brother, Alex Cox.
Turned around and he hit me in the back of the head with a bat. So I went to my room and got my gun.
Hey, team, we got one subject down, apparent gunshot wounds to the chest.
How long have you lived here?
Like 3 weeks.
Oh, geez. Yeah, okay.
That's why the neighbors don't know us.
Investigators determined the shooting was in self-defense.
When he died, JJ was in danger.
At the end of August, Lori, Tylee, JJ, Alex Cox, and Melanie Boudreau all moved to Rexburg, Idaho, a town located just 3 miles south of Salem, where Chad and Tammy Daybell live. In September, Lori enrolls JJ at Kennedy Elementary School in Rexburg. His sister, Tylee, is last seen in public September 8th at the entrance of Yellowstone National Park. 9 days later, a neighbor's security camera records JJ outside the family's Rexburg townhome. On September 23rd, JJ attends his last day at Kennedy Elementary School. The next day, Lori unenrolls her son, telling the school she would be homeschooling JJ. On October 1st, Lori rents a 10x10 storage unit at Storage Plus in Rexburg, just 1.5 miles from her townhome. Security camera footage shows Lori visiting the storage unit 10 times in the following weeks. She and a male companion can be seen moving items, including large containers, in and out of the unit. October 2nd, Brandon Boudreau claims there was an attempt on his life by someone driving a Jeep. Arizona police report that Jeep was registered to the now deceased Charles Vallow. October 9th, Tammy Daybell calls 911 to report a masked man shot her with a paintball gun in her driveway. She posts about the incident on Facebook. Only 10 days later, the Daybell family changed forever.
We did respond to an unattended death at the Daybell home in southern part of Fremont County, Salem Highway. And Tammy Daybell was deceased at that time.
Just over 2 weeks after the death of his wife, Chad Daybell remarries his new wife, Lori Vallow. The two exchange vows in Hawaii. Family members report that they have not heard from JJ Vallow in months.
Every day that goes by that Kay and I and our family does not hear anything regarding those children, it just makes it so hard.
On November 26th, police conduct a welfare check at Lori's Rexburg townhome.
And that was when Rexburg was looking for the kids, and Lori told them that the kids were, or that the son, the 7-year-old, was in Arizona with family. I think family or friends. Yeah. Which wasn't true.
November 27th, police determined JJ is not in Arizona.
Y'all tell us where the kids are. Lori, Chad, tell us where the kids are.
Authorities arrive at Lori's townhome in Rexburg, and the Daybells are gone.